Hello and welcome back to another game on Arena Voobly 1v1, and I admit it, this game is a little bit older. I got it suggested quite some time ago. I got the file and now I'm finally casting it. It was played in October as far as I remember. At least that's what the title says now, and that's what my recorded game file said. And we have a game between Muhammed in red as the Turks and GoldenEnd in blue as the Vietnamese. This should be interesting. Turks usually struggling against archer civilizations, so therefore I'm curious what's happening in this game. Lag, bro. Okay, I didn't see a lag complaint in the chat for quite some time, but I haven't really been watching too many games, so yeah, possible of course. Voobly was considered rather lag-free compared to DE, but in DE it really depends on the patch, and it looks like for now DE seems stable. Voobly should be too. If you have been on Voobly, you know what's happening, you know how the game is going. It feels really different in my opinion. I tried Voobly like a single player some time ago and was feeling really uncomfortable because I was used to DE, and playing on Voobly is a really different story. We're playing on the good old AOC, or here World of Kingdoms of course, and is it a DE mod already? I guess it is, I'm not quite sure, but Vietnamese was it World of Kingdoms? Should have been. I'm really not in touch with the game and the updates too much, so let's just go for this one. Start with GoldenEnd. Here's Vietnamese. I think GoldenEnd played Titans of Arena like 3 years back, if I remember correctly, and he should be quite a decent player. One of the better on Voobly. 2K1 is rather highly rated on Voobly as far as I remember. At least nowadays it is. We have the main stone for him, quite safe in the back, main gold safe in the back. Beautiful mining camp possibility here, exactly on the diagonal. Expecting to see that mining camp later on. On the right hand side this is actually open, so only wood line is on the left. We have a second gold forward outside, third gold far on the right hand side. A relic close to each of these golds. Extra gold here in the middle between the two players. On the left hand side there is a relic, and close to the walls outside is the second stone. Then we have another relic. This is closer to Muhammed, and another one here in front of his base, second and third gold just in front, so we could see a castle coming up here later on, maybe a TC. And we have the main stone on the side. That's a really awkward position in my opinion. Main gold forward and only the second stone safe in the back. But mining camp in my opinion not ideal. Maybe one more tile to the left should be better, because this villager is really running far. I think he should fix that, but it's not a big problem. Both players on the way up to feudal age, and we're going to see fast castle builds here, because 1123 thankfully is not a trash build. Vietnamese going fast here, 26 plus 2 is rather fast I guess. Market and blacksmith coming up as expected. Actually we could have seen an archer range here, but okay. Fast castle into, let's see what's going on here, actually into a castle apparently. So we could see red and archers against possibly Janissaries. We have Muhammed on stone as well. We saw 3, now 4, 5 villagers possibly. Market blacksmith coming up, nice little wall off here. So Janissaries against Rattan archers, that could go either way in my opinion. Depends a lot on the micro. Of course both players are scouting. Looks like Muhammad lost the scout, and that's not ideal. I imagine it was at a time where GoldenEnd was up to feudal age and Muhammad was not. And then the feudal age scout of course is stronger and faster. So Muhammad losing the scout, but it's not a big problem here I think. You would like to have the light cav in castle age, but okay, we'll be fine. And looks like GoldenEnd is going one less villager and is therefore, what is that, 32 seconds faster. 25 is the equivalent here, or the equilibrium, or whatever you want to call it. So that's fine. And GoldenEnd is going really aggressive. Now he's going for loom. He knows that his opponent doesn't have a scout and is most likely not going for a stable, which would also be possible actually. We've seen that strategy, go for a stable and a castle drop as the Turks go really aggressive. But in this case it's GoldenEnd with a forward castle, and I want to see, oh wait, I can use plus and minus to switch between the players. That's so beautiful. Can you see the castle? No, he's going for his own castle on the right hand side, so we're gonna see castles within each other's ranges possibly. That's actually 9 tiles. So you need to get fletching and bodkin I imagine to be able to hit the opponent's castle, but it's going to be a matter of strategy and of aggression here. We might see a siege workshop for either player, and then rams possibly. Red and archer production starting. GoldenEnd made sure to get map control. Is going with a mining camp on that extra gold. Could have gone for a lumber camp as well, but it looks like his gold is really low as he doesn't have... Oh, that's... No, I'm sorry. That's a lot of villages on gold here, actually. I'm surprised that he's sending more villages on gold. Maybe he's using the market to keep his economy balanced. And for Muhammad, Janissary production starting. He's going for stone walls here to make sure there is no easy entrance. It looks like he's not going for any siege workshop battering rams, which would be really interesting because, yeah, siege workshop coming up. Battering rams against the castle, of course, Red and Archer are not really good protection against this. And that siege workshop is placed better closer to the castle. I agree that this one was not too well placed. Then we have... actually, I don't hear a lot. I hope the in-game sounds are hearable, but it's not really important in my opinion. GoldenEnd is the one who is going with a fast Imperial Age here. This is quite interesting. What you would expect from the Turks is actually happen here from GoldenEnd with the Vietnamese. So we're going to see trebuchets really early on. Right and Archer production is still going. +1 is done. No fletching is here. And the Mangonaut, of course, will be able to do quite some damage provided it's going to get a hit here. So GoldenEnd is going to try and micro as good as possible. Actually, it's going for Botkin arrow now. And that means he can go with early damage on the castle, which doesn't really matter. That monk is actually in a suicide attempt here, and he's successful because walking underneath the castle is not really a good idea. Looks like Muhammad is trying to go for a counter-attack on GoldenEnd's base, and I'm not quite sure about this one. Maybe it was better to go for rams early on, trying to take that castle down. Like this, with GoldenEnd being up to Imperial Age and Muhammad only on the way, we will see stronger than archers. Okay, here we go. That was my wife on the phone. Can't dodge that. Back to the game. Muhammad trying to counterattack, but GoldenEnd could see it. And now we're going to see the first trebuchets on the way. And Muhammad, did he cancel Imperial Age? Did he lose the TC? Wait, what happened? Why is there a cancellation of Imperial Age? I thought he was on the way up. He's got the resources, but looks like he is now prioritizing to go for military units. Not quite sure what happened. I missed that one out. Just when the call came, I guess I missed it. First trebuchet hitting the castle. This castle is going down. It's going down quite fast. So it doesn't really look too good for Muhammad at this point, even though the score is quite close. Now, it looks like future Janissaries went down. The Retinue Archers with 7 range should be able to take down the Mangonauts, but they don't really need to. And it looks like it takes a while for these Mangonauts to go through the stone walls. Husbandry on the way for Muhammad, so he's going into a knight transition, I imagine. And I guess that makes sense because the Retinue Archers don't have melee armor and only 40 HP. They are not elite, and it's going to be tough to afford elite when you're going for fast imp. On the other side, we have the Retinue Archers moving in, taking down a few villagers on gold. They have ballistics. Not quite sure about that. Looks like ballistics could be missing. Maybe it's just not ideal. Quick gate coming up. Those 2 villagers are doomed. They're going to die. And the gate is also falling. So now Muhammad needs to go for the knights quickly. And there they are. Bloodline's done. +1 pierce armor. Also +1 attack on the way. Not quite sure what's more important here. I think the pierce armor might be better, but the engagement will happen very soon. There's the knights coming in, and those Retinue Archers need to run away now. They need to find a good spot to hide, but the knights actually going to all the hiding spots, and a nice Mangonel shot as well. Rams coming up from the right hand side, and Muhammad is going for the all-in castle, and I think it's not a bad idea. There's 2 Mangonels though hitting the rams immediately. Those walls are what is going to stop those rams from actually doing a lot of damage. The knights though are helping out a lot here, and I think the Red Archers need to go into the castle now. Instead, we have GoldenEnd moving to the left hand side. This might be a mistake. The trebuchets went down, and those knights are doing a lot of damage. Again, more Mangonel shots on those Red Archers, and Muhammad really turned this around. GoldenEnd seems to be in trouble. There's another phone call. I'm not going to answer that one now. I don't really want to. It's not important. Probably not even for me. We have a castle at home, a second castle on the way for GoldenEnd, but it doesn't really look too good for him. 62, 63 population. That's 52 villagers only. Not too many when you want to go for a good amount of Retinue Archers. And also, there is a lack of counter units against those knights. A lack of pikemen, really. And I think pikemen might be a good addition, but GoldenEnd may not even be able to afford them. The rams moving back now. Of course, Muhammad won't prioritize the Imperial Age now. Instead, he should go for a lot of aggression here with the Castle Age army of the knights, as long as there's no pikemen to counter on the field. And the Russian archers alone are not going to do the trick, in my opinion. Padded archer armor on the way, very important if you need to engage. against those knights or with the knights. And on the left hand side is a lot of villages on stone here for GoldenEnd. 2 castles, and he can produce from both of them. He's got the resources to do it, but his main gold is running quite low apparently. Where's the other goals for him? Outside, and on the right hand side quite far outside here. So if Muhammad is able to stop that gold mining here, we could see a really interesting battle, as GoldenEnd would need to switch into trash units. Without gold it's going to be tough for him. Was that ballistics? I think ballistics just done. And this looks a little bit like stronghold. The walls here coming up, protecting the monastery and the gold mine. That's interesting. That's an interesting investment as well. There's Red Archers going forward, but it looks like GoldenEnd is just going for the big economy now. He's on 80 villagers, and that means he can afford a lot of knights. He could go for a cavalier once he's up to Imperial Age, and then he's going to have a really strong army composition with bombard cannons and cavalry. You can do a lot of damage. Imperial Age coming up. The other thing you need probably is hand cannoneers later on, or maybe hussars. Of course you get the hussar upgrade for free, and hussars are easier to spam, easier to afford. Yeah, you don't usually want to spend all your gold on knights or cavalier. Then there's the option to go heavy cav archers, which is also an interesting idea. And we could see siege rams from the Turks as well. And siege rams, of course, are usually good against archer civilizations. And GoldenEnd would need to go for onagers here, and even then it's not easy to defend. Chemistry on the way for him. GoldenEnd is still going for those Rattan archers. He's trying to win it using the unique unit from the Vietnamese. We are waiting for Imperial Age here for Muhammed to see the cavalier upgrade. And I'm quite impressed to see how good he was defending, even though it looked bad for him at first. But going in with the Rattan archers and going without defense against knights, without any protection, was maybe a big mistake by GoldenEnd as well. We have now 2 trebuchets to hit that siege workshop, but it's not a really big problem. Bombard cannon coming up. It's really not going to be finished. Not the bombard cannon on the right hand side, 2 more actually. And cavalier and plate barding armor coming in immediately. We could see battering ram up, the cap ram upgrade possibly, but for now bombard cannon is more important apparently, and there's also not enough food to actually get that upgrade. This point, now there is. We have another castle coming up in a forwardish position in front of these newly built walls. That's 3 castles now for GoldenEnd as far as I can see. On the left hand side, Red and Archer and a Knight, just to get some vision of the map, just to get them scouting information. And there is monks now to try and convert. I think there was 1, maybe 2 conversions, looks like 1. There's the bombard cannons here for the Turks, attacking the trebuchets, trying to dodge their shots. Actually 2 bombard cannons down really fast, the other one is in danger of going down. I don't think Muhammad will be able to afford, was it artillery, to get 12 plus 2, so 14 range, but he should be able to take down the trebuchets now. Nice dodging shots, nice micro. In the meantime, the cavalry making sure the Rattan archers cannot defend the trebuchets from the bombard cannon shots, and also battering rams moving forward. I don't like that's only, now there's the cat ram upgrade, okay, that's okay-ish. And bombard cannons to hit the castle, but they are actually going down to 1 single Rattan archers on 3 HP. That's 1 down, that's the other one on only half HP left, and that castle is gonna stand for now. So the game actually, in my opinion, really well played for both for now. Interesting approach by GoldenEnd, nice defense by Muhammad. GoldenEnd has to score it. Villager wise, we are not neck and neck, but only 11 villager difference. That's not too much, so GoldenEnd was able to go for some economy behind his early Imperial Age push, and there's a good amount of Rattan archers on the field here. That's how many in total? 54 military units. That's Mangonel, that's a converted knight, but it's mainly Rattan archers here, and Blast Furnace on the way to get these cavalier and hussars fully upgraded soon. We also have 3 more bombard cannons to try and attack the mangonels, soon to go for the castle here. I think Muhammad doesn't have a castle, does he? I guess not. So no trebuchets for him. He needs to stay in the bombard cannons, or possibly go for siege rams here, but bombard cannons, of course, easier to get in play now. Blast furnace soon to be done, and we're going to see a big engagement most likely. Those Rattan archers are not elite, and they're missing defense upgrade as far as I can see. Should be 4 plus 4. Chain barding armor coming up for GoldenEnd, so he appears to be transitioning into some stable units as well. I hope it's elephants, but it's unlikely. Elephants are really difficult to afford at this point in the game. And why is he laughing? Not quite sure. We do see an approach to the castle to make sure the bombard cannons actually get free attack, free hits on the castle, and the castle should go down now. Light cav on the way for GoldenEnd. We have that castle falling, even though a lot of villages were defending it, were repairing it, sorry. And the Rattan archers are moving back into the walls, but Muhammed has an advantage here. It's not the score, it's the map control, and I think it's also the quality of army we are talking about, because those Rattan archers are not elite, and that's what you definitely need when you want to engage. And also, we should see pikemen, because there is no very good counter against pikemen here, but GoldenEnd does not want to go that way. I'm not quite sure why he's not adding in the easy counter unit and is making sure that this army is just not as powerful any longer. Of course, the walls are opened by the bombard cannons. Nice use of the Rattan archers to try and snipe. One bombard cannon down, the other one not able to snipe them, but okay. We have a few villages on the left hand side, just in case. That right hand side gold is not being touched. We have the mining camp on the middle gold here. Relics free to take, and it looks like GoldenEnd is able to hide at home, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able and go for counter-attack here. Not unless he's finally going for the pikemen here. And I see one barracks and it's not producing anything. We have, how many villages is that? 84 villages for GoldenEnd, but it seems to be really, really low on resources. Not even producing more Rattan archers, and he's basically out of gold. So we're in that situation where the only gold that he has left is forward in front of his original base. There's 2 relics to be taken. Hand cannoneers is not a good idea at this point. I mean, it's good to prepare them, go for some upgrades, but I don't really want to fight with hand cannons against the Rattan archers. Right hand side gold is monitored by 2 cavalry units, and the middle gold is being taken by Muhammed, so I don't see a way for GoldenEnd to come back from this unless he's finally able to tag into pikemen and halberdier, and this is not happening. Capra moving forward, bombard cannons to hit that castle, and it looks like Muhammed is on the way to take the victory here against a fast imp from the Vietnamese, 1 TC fast imp, to go for forward castle, but then losing the Rattan archers was not really too good of an idea, and GoldenEnd is calling the GG here. Very nice game, very back and forth, with a lot of map control for GoldenEnd at the start, but then after losing the Rattan archers, losing the castle to knights, and never ever going for pikemen, because maybe he didn't want to, because maybe he forgot, I don't know. Seemed like he didn't really want to go for the counter. Muhammed was able to come back using the cavalier, a maybe underrated unit against archers. He would have transitioned probably into hand cannoneers once there's pikemen on the field, maybe hand cannoneers and hussars, but the cavalier did the trick, and in the end Muhammed winning the game. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next games. GG.